What is goody in the hoodie? It is your boy back here again with another live old stream. And today we react to the One Piece hoodie. Okay, just trying to make sure my stream is good. But yeah, it's your boy. Your boy's back. Back at it again. Another live old stream. And today, I'm gonna edit this out. We're gonna be reading the official viz. We do have something in front of it. I don't think I'll get copyrighted for this, and I could probably make the opacity slightly, darker. I could do this, right? Block it out a little bit more. But yes, welcome to the stream, to whoever joined the stream. I don't know how long the stream gonna be. I'm also recording as well, so this video that I'm recording will be for tomorrow's video. I will be getting a root canal done on my left tooth, so I'm probably gonna be in pain. I'll probably still try to upload videos. I don't know, maybe I take a break or whatever. I do have an extra video I think I can release. But yes, it is your boy. I think I already released it, to be honest. It is your boy back here again with another video, and we're gonna be re-reacting again, because I did react to this before, but the sound quality was garbage. So I just said to myself, I'll just read the viz instead, the official. So we're gonna be reading the official King of the World, chapter 1189. By Ichiro Oda. Yes. Reader request. Naughty, see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. Monkeys getting scolded by Nami by Toshikazu. Okay. So we continue what happened last chapter. We're seeing Luffy get giga-bodied. Ah! Ooh! Ah! Jesus! Yes. Luffy is getting destroyed more. Luffy's like, right? But he's still in Gear 5 form, which is interesting, right? Because normally he wouldn't be in this form after, getting stomped, right? Like we have Kaido, Big Mom, but yeah, just a lot of pain. Imu stabs Luffy through a tree, and Luffy just bleeding out. But I also think that this sword is it's draining his life force. So if this sword didn't have the life force, draining out of you, potentially, Luffy's probably okay, I guess. Because this thing is, literally killing him, right? It's like a 2-for-1 deal, you not only did I stab you through your chest, but I'm also draining your life force. It's like, are we doing a little... No. According to Imu, no, we're not doing too much. We're doing just enough for Gear 5 Luffy. Maybe I could make it bigger, fuck it. What is it, Usopp? What happened? Wait, let me put this down. Luffy's okay, right? What do you mean? Don't scare me. When has Luffy ever not been okay? Consider what it means that this enormous giant was defeated, Nami. Erg! Oh, that's completely different from the fan translated. Erg, hey fishman. Huff huff. Also, we've seen what color Ragnar is, and he's white. So, that's interesting to know. I thought he was like light brown or something. Who's been defeated? There's no doubt that Luffy's haki suddenly grew much weaker. There, the ice is totally melted now. Princess Shuri, don't heat her up too quick, alright? Not to worry, I have no body warmth. What happened to you after that? What happened all those years ago? It is you, isn't it? Princess Shuri! Princess Shuri! Snake! Snake! Okay, let me stop. Kuri. Ri. Hey, please don't interfere here. Kuri. Ri. Gik. It's safe, right, Brooke? If she's still the scary version. We're going too fast, Hydruden. Whoa! Eek! And they crash into Loki. Gordo Pointo. Bro, Loki has been getting non-stop violated. Imu throws another attack while he's down. Gets saved by Jinbei. Then his younger brother crashes into him. And yo, look at how small they are compared to Loki. Like, Gerd doesn't even make Loki's foot size. Like, Jesus, bruh. That ancient blood is different. What were you guys trying to do? Hydruden, Gerd, Chopper? Oh, thank you, Chopper. You're so cute and helpful. Oh, yeah? Well, you can't butter me up, ya yake. There's no time to waste, Loki. Show me your wounds. It's everywhere. His wounds are everywhere. You're all bloody. Oh, no. Yeah, and some of that was because of you. What are you doing here? Lol. Guy just crashes into him. That's funny. Let me get a drink real quick. If you're just going to fight, Hydruden, then go to Loki instead. But the children! Even if you save the children, it is only a temporary reprieve. Do you really think that this plan to rule over Elbaf came from the decision makers at the Reverie? No, of course not. I think it's him. Loki, do you know who that guy is? Yeah, I think I do. Thou canst not move now. Cough, wheeze. That sword devours thy vitality. How many will it take to end thee? Huff. Monkey D. Luffy. A hateful name. Thou hast two brothers of different names. So he knows about Luffy. Let me take off these headphones before somebody says, why do you have two headphones? I was outside. Those are my Bluetooth headphones. One brother slaughtered by the Navy. Huff. Luffy is like, I'd kick your ass if I could. The other prominent within the Revolutionary Army. Blade of the Sea God. Fragarak. I feel like that blade should have sea stone in it. Am I wrong for feeling that way? Okay, anyways. Like, dude, we just saw one sword remove vitality. That sword should clearly have sea stone on it. In any case, a set of most uncouth brothers. It's gotta be him. The one red hair talked about. I'll use this power to avenge the memory of my old man and his soldiers. ... Wait, Loki, I understand your rage, but what do you want, red hair? Are you gonna stop me from getting revenge for my father? I considered Harold a friend too. I'd be right there with you. But think carefully now. The government was trying to take control of Elbaf. That's not their end goal. It's preparation for a war. Wait, so they're preparing for a war? A war against who? Who are they preparing a war for exactly? Maybe, interesting. Okay. I don't really recall reading that line when I did the fan translation one. Is the world? They did say that the Viz was gonna be like more exact on what they were gonna like say, so I'm more excited for this official version, to be exact. And we're also getting a break next week, which is sad, but you know it is what it is. Oda needs his breaks. I can't be too mad. Huh? Is the world government getting into a war with someone else? Well, that ain't my problem. My father died in an unjust death. His soldiers were killed along with him. I want vengeance for these crimes, that's all. And who's guilty? Who will you strike down? The government, the world government. The man who manipulated Harold was the king of the world. What do you mean, Shanks? The entire concept of the world government is that there is no one who... Wait, let me read that again. Holy shit. I suck at reading. What do you mean, Shanks? The entire concept of the world government is that there is no one king who... Careful, Shanks. It's fine. No one will believe it. Haha. So I guess that king is the culprit. I'll take his head. Nice and simple. I guess Scopper's telling him, you know, to be careful. The king's power is impossible to measure. How do you interpret that? You see? How do you interpret that? The king's... So in the fan translation, they say his the king's power is immeasurable, right? If I ask right now, are these two sentences saying the same thing? Let me put it in quotes. The king's power is immeasurable. Then the other one is the king's power. Wait, what? What did he say? The king's power is impossible to measure. I mean, that to me that feels like the same shit. Possible to measure. Obviously, he's talking about this from a more ability-based kind of concept. Are these two sentences saying the same thing? The king's power is immeasurable. The king's power is impossible to measure. Okay, wait. I feel like it's saying the same thing. I could be wrong. I mean, yes, they mean the same thing, but the tone and implication are slightly different. The king's power is immeasurable. His power is so vast you can't quantify it. Implies overwhelming scale or limitless. The king's power is impossible to measure. You cannot measure it either because it's too large or because measurement isn't feasible. So it's either it's that much larger compared to everybody else. Like, if, let's say, if you took, implies measurement cannot be done, not necessarily that the power is infinite. Both sentences communicate that the king's power cannot be measured, but immeasurable leans toward mythic, limitless, exaggerated. Impossible to measure leans toward practical impossibility, no method, too unstable, too unknown. So if you want to go, I guess, okay. So if you want to power scale this part, what you would say, the low ball of this if you really want to, because when you say no method meaning like measuring stick, right? Too unstable is incorrect, right? Like that's obviously, it's too unknown, right? Is the more low ball interpretation. I'm fine if that's how you like switch it, right? Like, oh, the king's powers is too unknown, right? That would have been fine. But when you say impossible to measure from a context of abilities, so I would, let me see. They communicate the same core idea, but imagine feels more dramatic. Impossible feels more literal. To add context, it's referring to a person with abilities and powers who's the king of the world and has been for 800 years. They have essentially never been defeated ever, from what we know of, and so far they have shown they have no equal combat wise in 1v1 scenarios and potentially 1v all scenarios, from what it looks like to me. If I'm looking at this, to add context, is referring to a person with abilities and powers with who's the king of the world, and has been for 800 years. They have essentially never been defeated ever, from what we know of, and so far they have shown they have no equal combat wise in 1v1 scenarios, potentially 1v all scenarios. Their abilities are the best, and strength is not comparable to anyone. They are faster and stronger than everyone, and they call themselves gods and devils, essentially. Okay, so if you take the fans translation, he's God mode. If you take the fan translation, which most people are not, right? 99% of you should not take fan translation. I won't take it either. The king's power is immeasurable. This means his power is so vast, so beyond comparison, so mythic that no one could ever capture it. It implies limitless divinity and narrative supremacy. The king's power is impossible to measure. The king's power is impossible to measure. This means no method exists to quantify his power, not because it's infinite, but because it's beyond the reach of any measuring system. I mean, if you're just looking at it this way, then it's kind of underwhelming. Strongest ability, fastest, strongest. So far, he has the strongest abilities. Like, no one has shown anything. So, tone difference, but same meaning. Immeasurable, poetic, mythic, legendary, literal, technical, factual. But for a character who is essentially a mythical apex being, both lines describe the same truth. His power is beyond any scale, any comparison, any metric. So, if you want to lowball this, you could just say Emu's power is unknown. But if you wanted to wank this into oblivion, since it's official, you could still probably say his power is essentially infinite. Or it's impossible to tell how strong he is. And even like the way Shanks is gassing it up, he's saying it in a way where it's like, yo, it's been 800 years and no one's even come close to this guy. No one's even seen this guy. And even if you did, like, you probably wouldn't even beat this guy still. Like, he's that strong. Like, you would have to get through his goons, and his goons are that strong. And he is even stronger. And now, some people, right, some people are even starting to say this, because I'm like, it does make sense, right? Emu gives the Gorosei and the Holy Knights power, right? You see it with Omen, they get much more powerful, right? They were garbage, and then now they're able to essentially clash with Zoro and Sanji way above their, like, weight class. So the fact that Emu can just give garbage fighters that much more power implies that if Emu were to use all his power at once, right? We've seen him take away power from Saturn. So that means if we literally just saw Emu take all of his power back from everyone he's given power, he would be on a level of, it would be practically impossible to comprehend. It would be like fighting 10 Kaidos at once in one person in power. So, go to the Holy Land. So he says the king's power is impossible to measure. Go to the Holy Land and the mystery will only deepen rather than come to light. If it were that simple, someone else would have done it already. And then, so Loki thinks about rocks. It's not yet the time to fight. Shut your mouth. You don't tell me what to do. I don't care where this guy is. I'll destroy anything in my way. Don't be foolish, Loki. I left home and spent a few years abroad. In the end, I never did find my way to him. So if that's the king of the world right there, I'll never get a better chance. A simpleton's idea of a plan. What? But I've got no problem with it. Give me a chance to avenge my father too. This is quite an absurd story. If there's a king of the world, then what are the five elders for? So it's like, again, you're going down the rabbit hole of the 5 elders are supposed to be the balance, right? But then you have Emu, who's above them. He is beyond their balance, right? He is the literal number 1, right? You can't stop this guy. I genuinely believe we're not seeing... If I had to guess how strong Emu is, like, right now, like, how much power he's showing, it's probably, like, 10%, 5%. Like, it's low. It feels very casual. A lot of the things he's doing, it feels too easy. He makes light work of Zoro, of Sanji, of Luffy. This is not someone who's like using all their might, right? When you're struggling, that's when you start to power up. Usually is how it goes in most, anime. So if I had to guess how powerful he is right now, I feel like he's only really using like a little bit of his power. He's not going all out. If this is him going all out, I mean, it's still very impressive. But the ceiling, like, Oda can write this in so many ways. So many ways. Like, I genuinely believe by the end of this series, Luffy will potentially be stronger. He will be the strongest of the big 3. Of the big 4. Including Dragon Ball Z. I think after this, Luffy will have no equal. There will probably... This is my headcanon. I genuinely believe if Luffy has Toon Force, like legitimate Toon Force, by the end of the show, I will genuinely believe he has no equal. He has no fucking equal. You can't scale him to nobody. That's it. You're gonna have to scale him to like Bugs Bunny and other Looney Tunes characters at that point. Like, fuck Superman, fuck all those guys. We're talking about a guy who could probably take the manga panels and hit you over the head with them. Like, that kind of power is beyond comprehension at that point. That's what I'm hoping. Oda said, again, and I say this again because I think it's not to like oversimplify it, but the author said he wanted to have fun. And he wanted to bring old cartoons like Tom and Jerry back. He wants to bring Popeye and all those shows back. If you notice, Luffy is very, very similar to Popeye. He needs to eat something to get power. Once he eats, he's back to full strength. The difference is the limitation. Then you have the fact that it's like his arms get big. When you see him in Gear 3rd, he blows in his thumb. If you notice, Popeye has done that as well. The blowing into your like thumb to like blow up your hands, make your hands look bigger. That he like Popeye arms. He's literally given himself Popeye arms. So he's a sailor. Luffy's a pirate. They're pretty much very similar. I'm not gonna say identical, but Popeye and Luffy are very, very similar. They both love music, cause I eat my spinach, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man, toot toot, right? Like, Popeye loves singing. Luffy loves music. So it's like, you start to see the similarities in these two characters, and you start to see, yes, I can see it now. The authors always thought this way. I think Luffy is based off of a cartoon character, Vicky the Viking, I think she's called, right? This show has been taking a lot of Tom and Jerry references once they went Gear 5. The smashing the character back and forth, you know, like in Tom and Jerry, where there's a little mouse and he grabs Jerry by the tail and he just starts smashing him back and forth. A lot of that cartoon logic is like, how the fuck do you even begin to scale that mouse? That mouse just lifted up a cat and he's like yay big. So it's like that amount of strength would practically, like, there are scenes where you see, I think that mouse like lifts up a giant fucking like boulder or whatever. Like, you see crazy shit like that happening where it's like, yo, how do you even begin to explain these things happening, right? So I think that's the route we're going. I could be wrong, right? I admit I could be completely wrong, and I'm fine with that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It is what it is. If I'm wrong about everything I'm saying, I'm wrong. But if it happens, I mean, again, I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, you know, like, this is crazy. Like, I didn't expect. No, I saw it coming. I saw it coming. It's probably gonna happen. Like, we're going down that route right now. Like, Emu is showing to you right now how powerful he is. And it's not even a little bit. Like, there are people that are still saying Shanks beats Emu, or Shanks is still #1, and I'm just looking at you, like, I'm just listening, I'm like, you have to be either, like, biased, trolling, or you're genuinely serious. Because I don't see it. I don't think Shanks is doing this. At all. I don't think Shanks is destroying Luffy this badly. So yeah, back to this stuff. This is quite the absurd story. If there's a king of the world, then what are the 5 elders for? No, stop trying to interfere if you don't mind. Kuri Kuri, or Kuririri, he says, I froze her because she's dangerous. What? You're the one who froze her? Yes, she was dangerous, but I'm certain that she was being controlled. You see, this girl is like a daughter to me. Kuririri. This is all very interesting, Robin. Oh, this is all very interesting. Robin? Come to the library, Chopper. Oh, Sal, heya. Next is... Ah. Huff, huff. This will do more than slash thee. Alas, the third will be Axe of Jingtian. So, apparently, all these blades are like... They all have different historical references, and they're all like very how do I put this? They're like world level weapons from like Kaiju number 8, if I had to explain it. Each of these weapons is like mega dangerous. If to put it in perspective, each of these weapons is like Mihawk's Yoru, I think it's called. Very dangerous. Luffy is done, bruh. He's like huff huff. In the fan translation, it was funnier. It was funnier. He was like, so let's see what's the next one gonna be. It's this one, okay. Right, like he's more chill. Next is this will do more than slash D. Right, like he's very like this is someone that people are saying Shanks would destroy this guy. Right? Because they're like, oh, Joy Boy Hockey would stop this. I don't think you just need Joy Boy Hockey for this. I think they're making it seem like yes, I do believe hockey transcends all. But I think when you include Emu into that transcending, you're gonna stop there. Like, you stop right there. He just destroyed Luffy. This same Luffy overpowered Kaido. Now, some people are like, oh, I haven't seen, Luffy do anything close to Bajrangan. Like, what if his current power is Bajrangan level right now? Like, how do we know he's not throwing punches at a Bajrang gun level right now? Like, how do we know that? Like, when we saw Luffy go Gear 4, right? He was doing mini Gear 4th, right? He was doing attacks that were beyond the like Luffy and Base is able to go Gear 4th now, right? He can do mini Gear 4th, right? So I believe this Luffy is doing things at a higher level than Egghead Luffy. And I think Egghead Luffy did things on an even higher level. Now, do I think any attack has been Bajrangan level? So far, he hasn't shown anything in terms of that strength. But I would say it's very possible the author could condense that much power into, like, his regular Gear 5 punch. He just has to keep getting stronger, which he has shown he is constantly getting stronger. It would make no sense if Luffy has gotten weaker. I've seen some people say that Luffy's gotten weaker. He's not trying. He's not serious. Right? Like a bunch of these things. I disagree with that. I think there's no evidence to suggest that unless someone just says it. Oh, it feels like Luffy's, like weaker. Like, no one has said that. So I think there's very little evidence to suggest that. So I'm not gonna assume that. Sea Cloud Port, Western Village, King of Hell, 3 Sword Serpent, 103 Mercies. Dragon Damnation. Gram! Gi ho hi ha ha ha! So, this is what I mean when I say Imu is very powerful. This guy couldn't even stand next to Zoro by himself or Sanji. And now he just stopped a much more powerful Zoro's attack. Right? Let's say you think Luffy's weaker. You can't say that for Sanji or for Zoro. In theory, they should be stronger right now. All three of them. And this guy just blocked Zoro's strongest attack that stopped King, the Wildfire. Kaido's right-hand man got destroyed by this attack. And this Zoro is stronger. Zoro then got stopped by Rob Lucci, and then is getting stopped by Super Summers, Omen. Right? So, there's power cliffing happening all the time, all over the show. And people just gotta accept it. Like, people don't like power scaling, but all I'm saying is, from a narrative perspective, we're clearly seeing someone stronger than King the Wildfire right now. Like, anyone who's saying all of the Omen Holy Knights would be stronger than all of the first commanders. By no comparison. It's easy. It's no comparison. Mind you, okay, so now think about this. If these guys are beyond first commander level and potentially admiral level, that means if the Gorosei, and I didn't think about this until somebody else said this, right? The Gorosei with Omen are above admiral level. Easily! Easy. They're probably, mind you, dude. This guy got destroyed by Zoro and Luffy. And Sanji shitted on Killingham by himself. So imagine the Gorosei with Oden on top of their powers. Dude, I think we're literally gonna get 5 Yonko level characters. Or higher. Casually. 5 Yonko level characters. Super casually. And it's not even gonna be close. It's gonna be insanity. So going back to the chapter, 800 years ago, the 19 kings who created the world took an oath of equality, trusting their weapons into the floor around the empty throne. Blade of Chaos, thou Vohu, or Blade of Chaos, Tohu, Vohu, Nemesis, Longingness, Stigma, Muramasa. They are the 19 weapons of those who brought the world to heel. The Great One used Omen to bring them back and grant them to us. There are no lies among legends. Each family passed down. You see, Ronura Zolo. This is the power that conquered the world. Huff, huff. He just knocked Zoro to the ground and said, "You're garbage." I don't think we're winning this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not even trying to be like negative. I think we're losing here. From the Shepherd family, Graham. This spear has been passed down through the Rimu Shifu family. Longingness or Longinus. I learned yesterday this apparently is the name of the spear that pierced Jesus. So it's also known as the Holy Spear. So yeah, and Graham I think is like the sword of hell. So some people are going with the theory that like Sanji is the king of heaven and Zoro is the king of hell. So Emu says, "Thou shouldest be honored to die by the weapons that created the world." Doom, doom, doom. And then Scopper comes in. To be continued. And that's the end of the chapter. I didn't think we were going to last that long. But we had to go down the power scaling route because there's a lot of power scaling to do here. I think what we're seeing from Emu is freaking insane. I think, dude, some people are saying that the author of JJK talked to Oda and told Oda to like make the series a little bit darker because it would make the series better. like we people are like, oh, we went from Disneyland to Berserk. Like, I mean, it's bad. I'm not gonna lie. This is bad. I think Scopper is not doing nothing. Some people are like, they're probably gonna be like, oh, Scopper blocked an attack from Emu. I'm like, yes, and he did chop the tree, right? Like, he loosened up the tree. Maybe Luffy can get out. I don't know what to say, bro. This chapter was in fact a very interesting chapter, to say the least. Again, if you want to highball Emu and say like he's immeasurable, I mean, you could. I would say it's not crazy. This guy has abilities that I think would literally stop goddamn near anything. We don't even know what all these weapons do, to be honest. Like, realistically, all these weapons could be... They could all be like Black Blade Beyond Plus. This is like Black Blade Plus. But, yeah. That's the end of the chapter. Let me see. Do we get anything else? No? Okay. But, yeah. That's the end of the chapter. Right now, I think where we're going right now in all these breaks, I think someone said before the year ends we'll get to like chapter 1205. Do I think this arc is almost done? We're like at the conclusion. Like we're like just waiting for like Emu to leave, right? Like, what is the end goal of this arc? Emu leaves. That's it, right? Like, Emu just leaves. And then we start building up towards the next arc. I don't know if Oda's gonna take another hiatus. It's not the worst idea, because if the anime goes on break, then, I mean, he could theoretically... in theory, he could take a break if the anime also goes on break as well. So he could take a long little break. He could take like a month or two break if he really wanted to. So all this to say that I think this chapter, some people might say it's like an 8 or 9. I'm just gonna straight up say this chapter is a 9 to a 10. These last few chapters have been like, they have been 10s. And the fact that this is not even the high... Can we get much higher? Dude, it's true though. Like, how the fuck? Like, I didn't think we would get this high. Can we get much higher? So high. Oh, oh. Can we get much higher? Can we get much higher? I don't know what to say, bruh. I don't know what to say, honestly. Like, we have gone so high up in the show, in this amazing manga. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna put One Piece in my top 5. And like at the end of the series, I'm probably gonna put One Piece at my top 5. Like, I've said One Piece is not my top 5 because I didn't want to sound biased. But right now, where it is, and by the end of it all, we're gonna be pretty high. One Piece! It's my number 6. I'm gonna leave it at 6. I might continuously leave it at 6 because, you know, a lot of people are gonna say there's a lot of lows, but I would say the highs are very high. This whole arc, in my opinion, I think Elbaf is the number 1 arc of the entire series. It has been consistently perfect. Like every chapter, 8, 9, 10, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Dude, it's 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Like, this arc has by far the most 10s. I think anyone would rate this arc, like, it's, if you had to rate the average of this arc compared to all the other, it's like a 9, 9.5, or some people might say this whole arc was a 10. We started off slow, but it was good. We had high highs with Robin, right? We had high highs with Loki. We had high highs with the Scopper Gaban, you know, right? Backstory high. That's a 10. That's just we get Emu. We get the Rocks and Roger and Garb. That's 10s. That's just 10s. Blackbeard stuff happening, Whitebeard stuff happening, a bunch of stuff, Rocks backstory, everything, Harold backstory, it's just 10. It's a bunch of 10s. I'm not gonna say this arc is a 10. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's the best. It's the easiest I'd give this arc is it's just a 9. It's a 9. It's a really, really good 9. If you were to read all of this, like if you're catching up and you're reading this, dude, I would read this shit like Berserk. When I was reading Berserk, I was like, wow! It's just bang. It's just bangers. Non-stop bangers. But, yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. I got some editing to do. I'll catch you guys for the next chapter in the next 2 weeks. Hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. It's been your boy, the wisest infinity in the universe, with some One Piece. Comment, like, subscribe, share the stream. You already know what to do.